Yes, I would. Good morning, everybody. I'm pleased to introduce Dan Leiter, who is the Outreach Director for ISSA Rainier. He leads initiatives to connect professionals, promote education, and strengthen community resilience against evolving cyber threats. He previously served as Vice President of the ISSA Puget Sound chapter and has a diverse background that includes work as a cybersecurity recruiter, and IT services professional at Tech Systems. In addition to his civilian career, Daniel serves as a chaplain in the U.S. Army Reserve, bringing a unique blend of leadership, ethics, and mission focused insight to the cybersecurity field. His passion lies in empowering individuals and organizations to build smarter, safer, and more collaborative cybersecurity practices across Washington state. Also, we welcome Mark Peterson, who is the board president of ISSA Puget Sound, and he leads and mentors the next generation of cybersecurity practitioners from high school and college students to emerging professionals toward joyful and fulfilling careers in security. As a seasoned security professional and a passionate advocate for cloud and SaaS security, Mark currently serves as a senior security champion and evangelist at Obsidian Security. In this role, he partners with security leaders to build resilient SaaS security strategies, leveraging Obsidian's platform to reduce excessive privileges by 80% and minimize attack surfaces by 85%. With deep expertise in agentic AI, SaaS security posture management, and compliance across multiple SaaS, Mark is a trusted voice in identity-centric visibility and third-party SaaS risk. His commitment to compliance and threat detection underscores his mission to secure digital environments while empowering others to thrive in the cybersecurity field. Thank you, Dan and Mark, for being on this panel and working on this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vicki, for the introduction. It's an honor to be a part of the Cybersecurity Awareness Event for Washington State. Hope you all are enjoying this beautiful day. I'm still hanging on to summer a little bit, although I love the changes of the season. My bones hurt a little bit more and more when we get into the colder months. But I'm really privileged to have my partner here, Mark Peterson, on the call. We didn't plan our haircuts. But Mark, thanks so much for joining today from your business conference there in San Jose. But wanted to talk to you all today about ISSA, Information System Security Association, and really about building a cyber resilient community through professional engagement. A little bit about ISSA. It is a global organization with local chapters full of cybersecurity professionals and cybersecurity enthusiasts. Can you all see my screen okay? Thumbs up there.
Check.
All right, thank you so much. So many of the presenters this month, I haven't heard of the lineup, but I assume you're going to have some great presentations and talks on tools, trends, and technology. And really great to see Washington is putting this on. But today I wanted to focus on what I believe is both our greatest asset and our greatest vulnerability when it comes to cybersecurity, and that's our people. As Ralph emphasized during yesterday's kickoff, we must move beyond simply reacting, and we must learn, adapt, and invest in ourselves. This presentation reinforces that message and aligns with your enterprise security strategy by focusing on building a skilled cybersecurity workforce, fostering partnerships through collaboration, and earning trust through effective security services. And ISSA supports that mission in so many ways, and I'm going to take a little bit of time to talk about that. So a little bit about ISSA is really the mission is a community of choice for cybersecurity professionals and enthusiasts dedicated to advancing individual growth, managing technology risk, and protecting critical information and infrastructure. So really the focus is helping to build resilience through a community of trust, engagement, education, and professional networking. I don't know about you, but I'm so glad the days of COVID are past and we can really meet in person again and come to events and come together to collaborate. because there is a force out there to be reckoned with, and it takes all of us with our collective mindsets making a difference to build resilient communities of trust. And something to say about being able to shake someone's hand and look them in the eye and give them a high five and really collaborate, build trust, build relationships so that we can all bring our unique perspective when it comes to cybersecurity, hardening infrastructure, securing applications, and protecting data together. And it really takes all of us together making a difference, not to be trite here. But how I got involved with ISSA is I work for a company called Tech Systems, and I was when I first started with the company, I was doing information security recruiting, and I heard ISSA was a great place to meet professionals in cybersecurity, so that I could help find opportunities for our clientele, because cybersecurity is a definitely a difficult skill set to find talent for. And then later in my career, I moved into more of a customer facing role as an account manager. It was also a great place to meet clients, to share our services, et cetera, and then connect them with a network of great cybersecurity professionals. So it's helped me in my career a lot. It's helped me gain leadership skills, professional development, and it's also a great place to mentor and to mentee. We have a lot of cybersecurity students coming up. Great opportunity for hiring managers to come and meet potential people that you're looking for future opportunities. And then also for those that are looking to advance their careers in cybersecurity, it's a great place to come. So that's a little bit of how I got involved. I want to turn it over to Mark now. And Mark's got a little bit of a different story, but it's really impactful. And I'll let him share. Mark, go ahead.
Well, Dan, thank you for the invitation to join you here. It's an honor. And hello, everyone. I can be referred to today as Chuckles, right? So we go back to the video and the guy with the clown nose, quite literally, that was me. And so if I can take you back to 2017, I was working in an industry, low voltage cabling technology deployment, right? More of a construction company than a tech company. My story begins having double clicked on a DocuSign attachment from a trusted colleague whom asked me in typical format to review a contract and give it an approval. I did double click on that DocuSign attachment. It did not open. In fact, what it was a malware package that launched into our network. It shut the company down for 2 weeks. It was a very expensive method of recovery. Worst part was it had a $500,000 ransomware attack tied to it. This was also replicated out to 3,000 of my personal connections. Let's just say for me personally, it was a horrific experience, but for the company, incredibly damaging from a brand standpoint. And my mind was blown. In fact, I was so overwhelmed by this experience. I wanted to know more about these brilliant bad actors who were doing such a great job of stealing money in what seemed to be such a simple way. I didn't know where to go, but I had somebody point me also to ISSA as the community of choice for security professionals. I wanted to learn more about who these bad people are. I started attending back in 2017. I became a member of it. And by the way, backdrop, ISSA is a not-for-profit, or at a not-for-profit community, and we invite you to come check us out, become a member, and lean into this community for your professional growth and for the security community as a whole. So back to my transition. So I was looking at security as just from a research standpoint, but I realized I had a real passion for doing good. And most of the people, including Dan, have a huge heart for doing good things in security, such that the Puget Sound chapter has a leadership team of 17 volunteers running that chapter, all for a low payroll of $0 compensation every month. It's an amazing community of people whom have stepped in to do good things for our employers, for our world, and for their own families. We're learning tips and tricks about how to keep our kids safe, keep our families safe, keep our world safe. I wanted to illustrate too that coming out of COVID, I started attending ISSA as well again to get plugged back in with my people. What I found was this association, the Puget Sound chapter, was on its nose, quite literally on the brink of shutting it down completely. And the same was true for the Rainier chapter that Dan is leading, as well as the upcoming chapter that we're relaunching in Spokane. The community of security people want to come back together. They recognize that it can be a thankless role. It can be a thankless job that, as a first responder, when the bad day happens, we need a community. We need people we can count on at a moment's notice. And that's just not going to happen without a relationship. Here is where the ISSA community is, where people come together to, as Dan said, shake hands, right? Have eyeball to eyeball contact, build true relationships based on trust and familiarity, so that in that day of crisis, be it a cyber event or a job change, we have someone to rely on. We have teams and folks to rely on. Further, ISSA is all about building the security community from the ground level to the senior most level. We represent the full spectrum of high school students who are exploring this through their cyber clubs. We have college students who are seeking internships through our community. We have returning military whom are there to get plugged back in an area that they can truly make a big impact in our world. Further, we also have mid-career folks who are in job transition or looking for the next level of education, and CISOs whom are part of this community to help invest in these good people. And every month, this volunteer team invests significant amount of time standing up brilliant speakers and content so that you leave with a great sense of having achieved something, learned something new, and made some great new connections. So this sounds like a sales pitch for ISSA, because clearly that's what it is. We want to talk about ISSA, but we would invite you to check us out, to become a member, and to lean into this community as well. Dan, did I miss any of the primary topics you wanted me to touch on today?
No, that was great. And thanks so much for your vulnerability, Mark, and sharing your experiences, Mr. Chuckles.
Yeah, I'm Chuckles.
It's funny. I just got a text message 10 minutes before this call from a country code of Morocco for a Coinbase withdrawal code of, and they were like, hey, if you didn't initiate this. So it's like, there's a lot of attempts to gather our, precious data and to compromise, our financial situations and our organizational infrastructure. And so thank you so much for just being vulnerable and sharing that story with us. Appreciate it. Moving on to the next slide here. Here's ISSA goals. I'll let you all take a minute to read those for yourselves. But I think we're all pretty familiar with the Abraham Lincoln quote about chopping down trees. Abraham Lincoln said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I'll spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." With the threat landscape ever evolving, especially with the rise of AI-driven attacks, ISSA represents some of the brightest minds in the industry, offering deep insights into threats from nation-state actors, cyber criminals, and insider threats as well. I've personally found that ISSA is a great organization to help sharpen your skills and to stay ahead of the ever evolving threat landscape. And so with these goals in mind, this is how these objectives are really achieved: by advancing member education and skills and information, fostering an open exchange of security techniques and solutions, keep members informed on current trends in information security, and then promote importance of security controls. So the speakers that we have generally have a few decades in experience in the industry. These are subject matter experts, engineers, architects, chief executives, and really bring a wealth of information. And then in tandem with that is the collaboration with the other professionals that come to the group that are in the trenches day by day, and then also the bright future of cybersecurity, which is our young professionals. So here are some of our activities of our events when you attend ISSA. And just to put a disclaimer out there, it is free to attend, so we welcome anybody and everybody to come and check it out. So there's no require for money to be spent on this. But if you do decide you like the organization, there's opportunities to get further involved through memberships. But when you attend chapter meetings, webinars, conferences, and when you attend ISSA, you have the opportunity to attend chapter meetings, attend webinars, come to events. You have the opportunity to become a leader in the organization, to volunteer. Hey, we're always taking volunteers. And we have a lot of gatherings throughout the year, like our holiday party is, bar none, just a great time to get together and celebrate the year with one another. And it's kind of the highlight of the year for me. So let's hear a little bit more in detail. You can also earn CPE credits for certifications. How that works is by attending these events, by attending webinars, attending conferences. You can track your attendance and then submit your CPEs, CPUs to certifying organizations like IC Squared or ISACA or CompTIA. So if you're working to get or maintain certifications like your CISSP, your CCSP, CISM, your certified ethical hacker, or your Sec Plus, this is a great way to help your continuing education. There's a lot of volunteer opportunities. Nobody on staff is paid; it's all volunteer. But there's, like Mark said, it feels good to get involved, and it also helps your professional career in expanding your network. Also, we're always looking for great speakers. So if you have a topic that you would like to share or contribute in a journal contribution, we're always looking for support in that regards. Mark, did I miss anything here on activities that you'd like to speak to?
So I would say too that just to focus in on the volunteer aspect, yes, we always take volunteers. That said, there are some specific roles that we're seeking to support as well. So if you are interested, let us know in the chat, and we can see where you might fit or might contribute best. And that is including the Puget Sound chapter and the Rainier chapter today. Dan, I'm not sure in your slides, but do you have links to each of the chapters that they can send that interest to?
I do. Yeah, I've got a link to the URL.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Going on to our next slide. So as Mark was alluding to, here's our different chapters. We have ISSA Puget Sound that meets at the Mercer Island Community Center once a month. Great location, kind of if you're on the east side or live downtown, it's kind of a halfway point between both. And then we have ISSA Rainier chapter that meets every other month. And we meet actually at the Washington State History Museum down at Tacoma. So if you've never been, part of your attendance with the chapter you get to take a tour of the museum for free. It's a great museum, showcases some really great history of Washington State. And then if you live on the east side of state, stay tuned because we will be launching a Spokane chapter. So really, it's great to see how vibrant and active our chapters are here locally. So we'd love to have you get involved. A little bit of a rundown of ISSA membership by roles. So we have a lot of managers, engineers, architects, executives, consultants. So this gives you an idea nationally, kind of the breakdown on who attends ISSA. Next, we have ISSA membership by industry. So a lot of technology vendors introducing some great tools, some subject matter experts in vulnerability management, identity access management, risk and compliance. We have a good portion of government that shows up to these events. We'd always love more folks from the public sector. Healthcare, kind of covering a lot of the different industries as well. I think we have a pretty good representation. Next, here's just an agenda example of some of our meetings. So we go through chapter updates. emphasize some of the membership benefits, and then we really spotlight the community, people who are doing great things in cybersecurity or just in the community in general. And one of my favorite sections is we go nasty news. I don't know if you call it that, Mark, in the Puget Sound chapter, but it used to be Garden Fresh. Is that what you guys still call it there?
We've actually shifted to a to a different model where we're asking some interesting questions of the community, and we offer right prizes, raffle prizes for the winners of the trivia questions that we ask, and that's always at the front end. It's always a fun way to get folks engaged on the front end of the event.
Oh, that's great. Maybe we got to steal that idea for our Tacoma chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great time just to talk about some of the latest and most headlines in the news and in open source when it comes to organizations being compromised and lessons learned. There's always some interesting information that I haven't found out there that people are able to share. So it's just a great way to stay on top of current events. And then we have about 30 minutes for a subject matter expert in the industry presenting on tools, technologies, latest and greatest. A big topic lately has been cybersecurity and AI. And then we open it up for a networking hour where we provide a meal and an opportunity to drink and socialize. And it's a really, really fun time. Anything I missed there, Mark, that you want to key in on for, typical agendas for ISSA?
Well, so there's the networking hours at the end there is pretty subtle, but this is one of my favorite parts is during the course of the chapter meeting, ideas are brought up, people start thinking about what the topic was and how to apply these things. The networking hour after event, we call it in Puget Sound, is where people really dig into that. They meet the folks that they were sitting next to, they spend more time digging in on the topic, getting to know one another, to learn about how to actually apply the agenda from the day. And it's again, it's an hour, it says here, but sometimes it's two, sometimes it's more. So great experience.
And we've got to catch up with you, Mark. All we talk about is the weather. No, I'm just kidding. So here's our friends in the community, and this is from a ISSA Rainier standpoint. We've got a lot of we're just down the street from University of Washington Tacoma campus, so we've got a lot of students coming down, also from City University. Got folks attending from City of Tacoma, Washington State History Museum, actually is graciously our host. And then it's also great to see WATEC support. Ralph Johnson, whom we all know, state CISO, is in attendance on a pretty frequent basis. Your chief privacy officer, Katie Ruckel, Jen Smith is also in attendance. So a lot of great folks from other agencies as well. And ISSA, we don't see there's a lot of great cybersecurity communities in the region, and we don't compete with them. We collaborate because, we are of the mindset that the more we collaborate, as an organization, the more we collaborate outside of the organization, the more stronger we're able to, build up cybersecurity resilience in the community. And so recommend definitely ISACA, IC Squared are also great organization. Also the Cloud Security Alliance, CSA, is also another great organization. And there's a lot of great organizations out there as well. Mark, you want to speak to any of the partnerships you have in the Puget Sound chapter?
Sure. Yeah. In fact, we have some other unique relationships with Seattle's HDI chapter, the Help Desk International chapter. These are professionals who are looking to understand better what the implications of cybersecurity are for their individual career paths, as well as agentic AI, where they can take their careers, as well as how they're going to apply some of these new tools in their space. Let's see here. Also, WESIS, the BISO affiliate, is a good one for us as well. Yeah, thank you. And Dan, while I have the stage, if you don't mind, it turns out I need to run. I just had a meeting drop on my calendar that I must attend. So thank you all. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today.
Thanks so much, Mark.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, Dan.
Take care. All the best. All right. moving along here in the slide deck. Here's just some pictures of some of the events, our guest speakers, our networking hour, honorariums that we give community members, and just a great community of folks. So here, just to kind of put a cap on it, here's some top reasons why ISSA would be a great organization to attend. Is you can enjoy exclusive access to events, discounts on conferences, develop meaningful relationships, help to promote security awareness and champion best practices, contribute to a community dedicated to cyber resilience and excellence, stay informed on hot topics, emergent security, risk, and privacy trends, discover job opportunities and advance your career, and then earn CPE, CPU credits to maintain your certs. So mark your calendars if you're interested in coming. October 30th at the Rainier chapter, we'll be meeting at 6 p.m. at the Tacoma History Museum. And then if you're on up north, October 16th at 6 p.m. at the Mercer Island Community Events Center. So I just wanted to, before I get to questions, I just wanted to thank you all for public service. I don't think you get enough credit for the work you do in safeguarding the information of Washington State's residents. You're doing a lot with a little. So I thank you. Cybersecurity can be a very thankless job occupation because you're known as a person that just always says no. But as we all know, that's not true. We all want to enable the business to provide quality service to our customers, but we are all the watchmen and watchwomen on the wall. So I thank you so much for your service, and with that I will open it up for questions. Samantha, hello, you had a question?
Hi, yeah, I'm over in Spokane. I was just curious if you're going to have contact information for keeping up with updates on that front.
Absolutely, yeah. So if you will do this, I will put my email in the chat, and if you want to email me, I will make sure you get connected with the individuals that are starting up that chapter, and we would love to have you get involved. Thank you so much for that. Cool. Hey, Jen, you got a question? Good to see a familiar face there.
I was
familiar
just
name.
gonna. No one wants to see me right now. I'm on my deathbed.
Oh, feel better.
One of the things I wanted to throw in there is, and I don't remember who it is that gives this messaging each one of the meetings, is that reminder to take the opportunity to make a difference in one person's life. And that's part of the reason I like going to the meetings, is going and doing that socialization, but trying to identify and connect with that one person who needs to just be seen that day, encouraged to continue in cybersecurity, find a new opportunity. So, do you remember who it is that puts out that messaging regularly? But
I
that's
believe it's
my
Terry.
big thing for the, what's that?
I believe it's Terry.
Okay, yep, that's a Terry thing. But that's one of the things that I find valuable is that, some days, I've had a day, nothing quite got done or resolved. I've still got emails in the air, but I can show up at the meeting and look around for that person that I can actually, be in contact with and make a difference with that day.
Absolutely. No, that's a great point, Jen. Thank you for that. Yeah, I think a little bit of kindness goes a long way. And like if you allow your connections to help other people get connected to opportunities, I mean, it can have a huge impact on their livelihood, on their families. So thank you so much for that. Because at these events, there's a lot of people looking for great people, and there's also a lot of people looking for great opportunities. So ISSA is a way to kind of bring the two together. So thank you for that. Any other questions? No? Okay, well, I wanted to just thank everybody for your time and would love to see you out at some of our events. So thank you again for all the work you do, and hope you all have a great day and a great Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Thank you so much for your time today. Have a great day.
Thank you, Dan.
Turn it
Thank
back
you.
to Vicki. You have anything else? I'm sorry.
Nope. I think that's all we have for today. We really
Okay.
appreciate you coming in and telling us a little bit about ISSA. So thanks again for joining and making
All right.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month a great month.
Thank you, Rhonda. Take care,
All right.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.